Clear skin in 30 days, naturally, with a 4-step skincare routine. I know this sounds impossible because you've just come from the dermatologist office where they offered you Accutane yet again, and you said no yet again. Am I right? Because it's such a serious drug. But that being said, you feel at a loss, you're very hopeless around healing your acne in general. Let's talk about the 5 action steps you can take today to get clear skin in as fast as 14 days. And I'm going to share 3 real life examples of women who did just that. Kathy struggled with jawline acne, Mary struggled with cheek acne challenges, and Candace struggled with her acne for over 15 years. And I'm going to share exactly how they got clear skin naturally in record time, plus the action steps they took to get there. Let's discuss. Hi there, my name is Jill Therese, and after 15 years of struggling with my acne, I finally cleared my skin for good from the inside out and created my natural acne clearing program, the Clear Code, to help you do the same. 11 years and thousands of clients later, I've made it my life's work to get you clear skin without harsh chemicals, pills, and or crazy creams. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video. Here are the exact action steps I would take if I wanted to get clear skin in as fast as 14 to even 30 days naturally. And while this may seem impossible or really difficult, this is a time-tested, proven method. So make sure you take notes, and I'm going to break it down for you step by step. Step number 1 is to identify your main root acne trigger. There are 7, okay? We have blood sugar management, gut health challenges, which are potentially linked to food intolerances, hormonal imbalances, topical misuse, stress, and overall inflammation. Now, I have a feeling that if and when you just heard those, you got overwhelmed. Am I right? Because you were thinking to yourself, oh my God, that's so many. How do I know which one I'm struggling with? Let's go over some symptoms, some signs of each of these so you can start to figure out where you might fit in from a root triggers perspective. From a blood sugar management perspective, you are most likely going to be struggling with cravings, crashes mid-afternoons, larger cystic breakouts along your jawline and your chin and or your cheeks. From a gut health perspective, you are most likely going to be dealing with bloating, diarrhea, constipation, which then can lead into food intolerances, which are usually seen by similar bloating, diarrhea, constipation, similar challenges to gut health challenges. They're both linked. That being said, gut health issues can usually lead to some food intolerances. And once you solve the overall kind of makeup, the microbiome from a gut health perspective, you can usually eat all the things. From a hormonal imbalances perspective, you'll see irregular cycles. You'll have bad PMS. You'll have cramping. You'll have puffiness. You'll break out mid-cycle or pre-period. Those can generally lead us down the path of assuming we're dealing with some hormonal imbalances. Topical misuse from a root acne trigger perspective can be kind of angry skin, red skin, really dry, flaky, itchy, peeling. You don't want to see any of those signs because it's usually telling us that we're not using the right topical plan for you. And then from a stress perspective, you're on a poor sleeping and waking schedule. You have salt cravings, you struggle to lose weight, you can't fall asleep when you need to. And from an overall inflammation perspective, you have red or cystic acne here, you feel puffy, you can't lose weight, you feel like you struggle with stress management. So let's go over some real life examples of signs and symptoms of each of these challenges plus action steps you can take to address them. Cindy had been struggling with her acne for over 4 years before she found us. During COVID, she spent thousands of dollars on anything she could find in terms of facials, etc. She didn't want to take medicine. She didn't even want to go out, even though she was a super social person. And she felt really sick and tired of hiding behind her acne challenges. When we put her through our Clear Code protocol system, we determined she was dealing with some blood sugar management challenges plus fungal acne issues. And once we took steps to address both of these issues, she was able to see a massively amazing shift in her skin very, very quickly. I like to show you results like this because I want you to understand that no matter where you are in your acne journey, clear skin results naturally are possible for you. You just have to define what's actually happening and take really strategic targeted action steps from there. The second action step that you need to take to start to clear your acne naturally is you need to define sustainable action steps that you can add into your lifestyle in a way that's manageable. So for example, going off all sugar, dairy, gluten, eggs, etc. is not sustainable long-term. It's a short-term detox path, right? But it's not something that you can do for life. Or spending hundreds of dollars on supplements, topicals, etc. is also not something that you'll be able to do consistently for the rest of your life. So let's go over specific action steps you can take to address these 7 main root acne triggers. So we're gonna share 2 to 3 action steps per trigger that will have a big impact. From a blood sugar management perspective, have a high quality breakfast with fats and proteins within 1 hour of waking. That's an amazing action step that you can take. This was also one of the main action steps we decided on for Mary when she joined the Clear Code. Mary had pretty inflammatory acne for 10 plus years and had uncomfortably cut out all of the things. She felt super restrictive because she had a sweet tooth and she loved eating. She had used tretinoin, but she found it to be so drying for her skin, and she struggled a lot with jawline inflammation that she knew over time nothing was going to work from an outside-in perspective. And once we identified her root acne triggers via the Clear Code protocol system, we defined a very specific breakfast meal plan for her every day that really set her up for success and created incredible results. These are just 4 weeks apart, these two pictures, so keep that in mind. This type of acne clearing is possible, and it can go as quickly as that. From a gut health issue perspective, you want to start on high quality probiotics and add in something like fermented foods. So we're talking kimchi, sauerkraut, kombucha, 2 to 3 times a week to support gut health and microbiome diversity. From a food intolerances perspective, you want to track what you're eating and notice your symptoms. I am not a big fan of getting food intolerance tests. I don't think they're gonna tell you all of the things, but that being said, getting really clear on what's happening from a gut health perspective, if and when you eat foods, how you feel after, will have a big impact on understanding your skin. If you're dealing with hormonal issues, the first action step, number one action step I would recommend you take is to start to track your cycle so that you know exactly when you're breaking out and during what phase of your cycle, because that'll help inform other action steps. That'll help you understand what hormone challenges could be at play. Topical misuse is another common challenge that I see from a root triggers perspective. And I would say there is a 9 times out of 10 or 90% chance that you are doing too much. Most clients that come to us are using too many topicals. They're just using way too many things, so they're struggling a lot with keeping their skin calm and not feeling like they're irritating their skin every time they use products, but at the same time, making sure they're actually addressing actives. It's like this little seesaw balancing act that you have to focus on. Candace was a Clear Coder who came into the program and openly shared that she had used way too many products, right? She felt like everything she did was OTT, AKA over the top. And she had acne her whole life. So over 15 plus years with acne overall. She tried the birth control pill, a naturopath, a bunch of topicals. And once we got really clear on some topical adjustments, so things that we wanted to limit, slowly taper off of, as well as identifying estrogen detoxification challenges plus action steps, Candace saw these amazing results in just 12 weeks. So again, keep in mind, less is more when it comes to topicals. From a stress management perspective, I have 3 main action steps you can take to start to address that root acne trigger from the inside out. Number 1 is walking. I know it sounds simple and silly, but if you can take 10,000-ish steps every day, it'll dramatically help to lower inflammation levels in your mind, body, and skin, and will really support you from a stress perspective. Having at least 100 ounces of water every day will be very impactful, and adding Himalayan sea salt, maybe a teaspoon, to all of your food and or lunches and or dinners can have a big impact as well. From an overall inflammation perspective, okay? This is a trickier one and it's a little bit more nuanced, but that being said, we want to focus on meditation every day. So I'm talking 2 to 3 minutes. Nothing crazy, nothing, you don't want to meditate for 30 seconds, but even if you could just set a timer for 3 minutes every day and meditate, just sit quietly, that will have an impact on your mental health and overall inflammation levels. Walking, like I already shared, and water, like I already shared. So having at least 100 ounces a day will have a big impact on your skin. From an inflammation and stress management perspective, you want to go a little bit slower with things, right? You want to slow down the train of a lot of things because a lot of us exist in this really like hyper aroused nervous system state, which is very detrimental to our acne journey. The third action step that I want you to take to get clear skin in 14 to 30 days is going to be a little bit simpler than you think. And that is that you pick 2 action steps to take action on, not 4. Don't get a whole new skincare plan. Don't buy 4 supplements. Don't start 5 different things from a diet nutritional perspective. Decide on 2 action steps that you are going to take really consistently. Okay? Add them into your calendar, number 1, and think about habit layering, number 2. And then number 3, thematically, you're limiting the variables that you're changing so that you can actually see if what you're doing is working. Let's say you start 6 different action steps tomorrow. It's really hard to know if those things are going to actually help or hurt you because you're changing so many things. And let's say your skin gets better or way worse. You've changed 6 things. How do you know? But when and if you decide on 1 nutritional change, so for example, breakfast in the morning, and 1 topical change, for example. So just limiting your evening routine to a gentle cleanser, quick actives, so like benzoyl peroxide, and moisturizer, instead of using that 7-step skincare routine. If you just change those 2 items, you'll be able to really clearly assess how they work after about 2 weeks of consistent action and use. The fourth action step, again, is kind of boring and very simple, but you want to schedule these things in. So put them into your calendar. I will tell you that hands down the biggest mistake you are going to run into if and when you decide on nutritional changes, for example, will be that you will struggle with the prep and or the time spent. So the best thing you can do is set yourself up for success by grocery shopping in advance and then having everything kind of in your fridge the day before you want to get started on these changes. If you do that, you are like 90% there. The problem will come up if you decide to make nutritional changes or have a new breakfast every week and you haven't even grocery shopped in Sunday night. You will most likely not be eating that breakfast for Monday morning. So you got to plan ahead and schedule these things in. Usually grocery shopping will be the very first action step you can take that will have a huge impact. The fifth action step is that you are going to take a picture, take notes, keep track of what you're doing, and then in 14 days, you are going to assess. And you are going to assess objectively, okay? Oftentimes, if and when your skin starts to become a little bit clearer, you're gonna see scarring. So you wanna be able to differentiate between what's an active breakout versus what's scarring, so that's number one. And then number two, count the amount of active breakouts you generally have on your face and then compare them. If on day 1 you have 10 active breakouts and on day 7 or day 14 or day 30 even, you have 5, so you've gone from 10 to 5, you are winning. You are doing a great job, you are making progress. Human nature will have you only looking at the 5 that you have left, but I promise if you can focus on the areas that you have won in, you will see a big shift in your skin. What you'll do week over week to see that big shift is you are going to then double down on the things that are helping you. You're going to double down on the things that have worked really well so that over time, your lifestyle just becomes made up of a bunch of small action steps that support your clearest skin, greatest health, and most confident self. Now that being said, if you've tried a lot of these things on your own and or tried to make shifts and you haven't seen them, right? You just haven't seen the results that you're seeking and you just want to fix this. You want to get to the root of the issue for good. You want to have lasting results and understand how to keep your skin clear for life. The Clear Code might be something for you to check out. In the Clear Code, we help you understand why you have acne instead of giving you just a Band-Aid fix to cover over a deeper issue. You'll eat more foods designed to be synced to your cycle, so supporting you throughout your menstrual cycle. So you'll be able to go to brunch with friends, get pancakes, and get clearer skin at the same time. And if you want, you will be able to stop aimlessly wandering the aisles of Sephora while looking for a new topical product, and you'll be able to slowly limit your skincare routine by at least 50% immediately beginning the program so that you aren't spending so much money on useless products. So if all of that sounds great to you and you are interested in just understanding why you're breaking out, getting clear on the action steps that you need to take, and getting clearer skin naturally, apply to the Clear Code via the link below. I would love to see if we can help you, and the program is an application-only program with limited enrollment every month. The goal is to make sure that we are going to change your life, and so we'll hop on a discovery call and see if we can help. If you haven't, and this is one of the first times that we're meeting, I'd recommend you download our cycle syncing guide. It has 20+ foods you can eat at various points throughout your cycle. It explains the phases of your cycle and how to best support your skin throughout those phases, and also gives you more information about the Clear Code. So click the link below to download that. I hope you like this video. Make sure, if you did, you send it over to a friend or someone who's in need of a little acne inspo, and or if you have any questions, leave them below, and make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the link to be notified when I post a new one. And I will see you in the next one.